Okay, next we will look at the email address page that allows us to manage the sender name and sender email that you use to send out newsletter campaigns. By default, when you sign up, you use an email address, and we will use that email address as sender name and sender email. That is so that you can directly get started within, as we say, 5 minutes or less to send out your first newsletter campaign. But of course, you might prefer to use another sender name and maybe also a different sender email, and that's the place to change that. So let's start with the sender name. So you click here, you would probably type Peter Miller, right? And then you save it, and then it's done. And you will see, this even explains it, that will appear in the email on top, right? And now the sender email. You can, of course, always change the email to something else. For example, Peter Gmail, if you like that. But you have to confirm the email address, of course. And until you have confirmed it, you will still use the old address. That is actually mostly to protect yourself from typos, so that when you send out a newsletter campaign, that people can reply to you, right? And yeah, that would be bad if you had a typo in here. However, there is one thing, and that is that here says you are ready to send emails, but in this state, we will actually not be able to use that email address directly for sending, right? So we will still, that will appear as reply to, so people can reply to you, but we will use our own email address, technical email address, for sending. And that has legal reasons, because we cannot do that. We cannot send you a name until you allow us to do so, right? So, and that is down here. That process is actually not so easy, and I will try to explain it as easy as possible for you. But feel free to go to here, this page. Here we explain this nicely and slowly, what you have to do, right? So have a look here. But now I don't want you to force to read this now. I will just try to, go with you through the process. So click here, and now it again explains that. So for your domain that you own, so that's the condition, right? You couldn't use Gmail because you would probably not own it, but you would have to use your company email address. And if you have it, then you are the owner of the domain, and that also means there is somewhere the technical thing of a DNS. And that DNS has to be needs an adjustment. It needs a DNS Settings. So what you have to do is you have to go there, and we can't specifically tell you because there's many different DNSs. So you have to check your one that you're using, and you have to make a new entry of type text with this name. You can quickly copy that, and that content. So basically it's just going to a different page, making a new entry, copying that name, copying that content, and saving that. And your technical whatever person, Opsman or developer can probably do that for you. If not, get in touch with us, and we definitely can help you out there too, right? Yeah, and once this is done, it will need 15 minutes usually, but it can even take up to 2 days. But when you think it's done, you can click here, verify DKIM, right? And now we will check that, and it even says that your DKIM DNS is still verified. So that is the message, it's not working yet, right? So only when you have set this up and everything is refreshed, this will work, and you will get a second check mark here that will tell you you can even send with this email address, right? Okay, and you can cancel this process anytime. Yeah, and that's pretty much what you can do on this page. So you can change your sender name, you can change your sender email, you can verify your email if it's your company email, if it's a domain that you own, so that you can send right with this email to improve your branding and improve your delivery rates, right? Okay, thanks.